Hey, what's up? I'm Allie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about 5-star predictions for 2021. I did this last year and I do have an updated kind of version of that coming. I just haven't finished all the books on the list. Surprise! But these are all books that are ones that I want to read in 2021, so I guess you could consider this my TBR for 2021. I'm gonna have 6 books that are coming out this year, so basically my most anticipated releases, and then also 6 books that are ones from previous years, ones that I just haven't gotten around to and would like to and think that I would really enjoy. And so far, I have high hopes for my reading year. I feel like I'm just going to enjoy reading much more this year. I don't know why. I'm just hopeful. So I'm going to talk about, I actually have them in my bullet journal, so yeah, we're just going to start off with the 6 new releases of 2021 and then move on from there. Like, I just have to mention this one straight off the bat because it is my most anticipated release of the year, and that is A Court of Silver Flames. This is the newest in the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and this, I believe, is going to follow Nesta and Cassian, who I love. I'm here for the banter. I know that a lot of people don't like Nesta, but she's just grown on me for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I just love her bitchy attitude. So I am here for it. And I do obviously think that this is going to be more romance-centered than anything, but I just love Sarah J. Maas's writing. It's just so addicting. It's just so good. That's all I gotta say. There isn't really an order here, but next I have No Gods, No Monsters. This follows a girl and her brother is shot, and they believe it is because of police brutality. However, they come to realize that it is because monsters, and monsters are real, and they have come out of hiding, basically, and now they are emerging with what seems to be unrelated events. So more people start disappearing, suicides and hate crimes increase, and protests erupt globally, both for and against the monsters. And obviously I think that there are a lot of social commentary that will happen within this more myth come to life type book. So I'm interested to see what kind of commentary it has to share, but it also sounds really intriguing. I like urban fantasy that deals with like these monsters and hunting down monsters and things like that. So I'm very excited about that. Next is, I need to look up the pronunciation, How Moon Fuentes Fell in Love with the Universe. I think that this sounds so good. It does seem like this is probably going to be a hate to love romance, and this is about a young girl whose twin sister reaches stardom, and Moon just kind of accepts that she's always just going to be in the background, the unwanted kind of sister. She decides to take a job selling merch on a tour bus, and her bunkmate is Santiago, and he's hot, but she hates him, and she's pretty sure it's mutual. That is, of course, they have to spend more time together, and I'm sure, you know, things progress from there. But I just thought this sounded really cute. The cover is gorgeous. I love this cover so much. I love a good hate to love romance, so I am interested. I don't think I've ever read anything that takes place on a tour bus, so we will see. Living out my teenage dreams, apparently. Then we have The Witch's Heart, and I do believe that this is kind of a mythology type retelling about a young witch who is banished when she falls in love with the trickster Loki. Yeah, reimagines Norse mythology. Anything that is a mythology retelling, sign me up. I actually think I have another one on here that does deal with mythology as well, but anything that deals with mythology, sign me up. I'm interested. I want to know about it. So apparently, her and Loki end up having kind of a union together. They have 3 children, all who are destined for other things, and as she grows her power stronger, she realizes that this life that she has is kind of doomed. So now she has to decide if she is going to accept the future that she has seen, or if she wants to try to change the future and save her family, essentially. Again, anything with mythology, I am down for, I'm eager for. I just eat those stories up. They do tend to be slower, but I just tend to love to devour them. They're just thought-provoking, and I just love seeing a new twist on just old stories. Along similar lines, but not quite, is The Maidens, and I do believe that this is a murder mystery that weaves together Greek mythology. So apparently this takes place at a school, and there is a secret society called the Maidens, and they look up to this professor who one of our characters believes is a murderer. However, he's untouchable, and he teaches all about Greek tragedies. So she becomes fixated on the maidens whenever her friend is murdered. Apparently this girl, her obsession with figuring out and trying to pin the fact that this guy is a murderer, apparently that leads to a spiral on her behalf, and I do believe it is more of a psychological thriller as well. So secret society, Greek mythology, what more can I ask for? This sounds fantastic. I feel like this could definitely be a new favorite if it lives up to it. Dark academia, you know, I am here. I'm here for it. I love, you know, secret societies that tend to relate things around ancient stories and whatnot. And then the last one is Every Last Fear. Now, mystery thrillers have been kind of letting me down. Recently, I feel like I really got into them, and then it kind of just felt like I was reading a lot of the same stuff over and over, so I took a little break for them and trying to get back into them, and I don't know, it feels like every time I listen to a mystery thriller, it just feels like it's missing a little bit of something. But this sounds so good and refreshing, and this is a debut that is about a family who was made infamous by a true crime documentary. They're found dead with only one surviving son to uncover the truth about their final days. So, basically, his whole family's killed except for his one brother, who the reason they were in the spotlight before is in jail because murdered his teenage girlfriend at the time. However, our main character feels like he saw something that means that his brother is actually guilty, despite the fact that many people have been trying to prove his innocence over the years. Exciting because it alternates between the past and the present, which are some of my favorite kind of mysteries, of piecing together a little bit of the past and the present, and then they don't actually join up until the end. So I do like that in my mystery thriller, so I'm very excited about that. I like this public eye kind of figure type thing that's going on. I think it will be kind of similar to the trope that I ended up liking last year, which was that there is a kind of famous parent involved. So this will be interesting since it is more of a famous family, and it does seem like there is going to be double mystery happening here. So I am very, very excited about this. I do want to read more nonfiction this year, and one that I am anticipating really loving is Hood Feminism. This is an anthology, a collection of different just points and views and whatnot about how feminism, white feminism, isn't quite the same as feminism, and how feminism takes on different forms, and basically how people of color have been left out of feminism, especially black women and whatnot. So yeah, I did already start this and it's been great so far, so I think it is just going to be just a top-notch pick. Another one that I just haven't gotten around to is The Toll. This is the last in the Scythe series, which I have absolutely loved. I am just always blown away, and for some reason I just failed to pick up the sequels every time until I basically forced myself to do it, and I don't know why, because I'm excited about them, but I think it's just always that dread of ending a series. So I do think that I want to reread the whole series and then of course finish with The Toll and actually read it, and I just know I'm gonna love it. You don't know, it's about a world where no one can die unless you are killed by a scythe, and basically we follow two main characters who are picked to be apprentices to a scythe, but only one of them can be picked at the end, and the problem is that, you know, there's some other things going on. There's some other things, there's a whole society and whatnot, and the last one left on quite the cliffhanger about the society that we are in. So I really just need to get more into it. I did start it and I put it down just because I just didn't have the time to focus on it. Another one is The House in the Cerulean Sea. I just think I've heard such great things about this. I've heard that it's wacky and whimsical and heartbreaking and just heartwarming and touching and all the things. And I believe this is about a man who is in charge of some department, some magical care department, and he goes to investigate this orphanage because they believe that these children in this orphanage are too powerful, too magical, and might be able to like destroy the world as they know it. So he has to go and investigate and see if they are as dangerous as they seem. And apparently he gets quite close to the headmaster there as well. So are these children worth saving? Are they not? Like things like that. But I've heard nothing but fantastic things, so I'm very, very excited about that. There is also Certain Dark Things, and this is getting a reprint this year. It is technically already been published, but it is getting a reprint, so I do think it is kind of considered a new release, but not really, and I actually have a copy, so yeah, this is a vampire book, and that's all I know. So I think this follows a human boy, and he's just kind of like a scrap eater kind of kid, and he gets tangled up with Adele, I believe, who is a vampire who is running for her life, and somehow they get mixed up together. And even though she doesn't plan on it, she ends up becoming quite fond of this boy, and I don't know, there's some society is after them, and they're on the run. So that's all I need to know. Also, These Violent Delights, which is a kind of Romeo and Juliet retelling that takes place in Shanghai, and it is about gangs, and I am so excited. I've been seeing different fan art for it, and I do believe obviously it is kind of a hate to love romance or enemies to lovers type thing, so I'm very, very excited about this. Plus I'm sure that there'll be all kinds of heist type things with the gangs and whatnot, so I am so excited. I think that this sounds so good. It is historical fantasy, which are some of my favorites, so we will see. And then the last one is Where Dreams Descend, and this one also sounds really good. This was actually one that I was interested in before, but just didn't get around to it, and I have seen a lot of praise for this as well. This is about, I believe, a bunch of magicians who are kind of in a tournament to figure out who is going to be like the best of the best. However, someone is murdering off the magicians, and then, you know, it comes down to, I believe, 3 of them. 3 are forced to reckon with their secrets before the darkness comes for them next, because there's this unforeseeable thing that is like killing all of them. So we have to figure out, I'm assuming, their dark past, and apparently it's also quite romantic as well. So I've heard nothing but good things, so I'm very excited about that. So those are my 5-star predictions. Those are, you know, we'll see in another year if things were as I predicted, because last year was kind of a blunder. Let me know some of your 5-star predictions, books that you're excited about, ones that maybe you had thought that you were gonna like that you didn't like. Just let me know. Just let me know how your 5-star predictions go. If you don't have anything to comment, just put an emoji. Just put some sort of emoji. It don't matter. I'm not picky. I hope that you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see future videos from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!